before they're all gone. Oh, I know. I don't drink that many, but my niece bought these on Friday night and she bought a 24 pack. This is my fourth one, and there are 16 left. No, there's less than that. It's in 212s. This is my fourth one. There are, let's see here, let me count 3, 6, 9. There are 10 left. So throw in the 4, she's drank 12 already. Sure, it's too much. For type 1 diabetic, sure it is. She knows she's not cured. She thinks it's controlled, but she also knows she has to take insulin. She's a lot like Long Dog in that, you know, before she eats, she has to take her blood sugar and she has to take insulin before she eats based on what her blood sugar is. Again, I am very, very lucky. All right, let's see what this looks like. Looks pretty good. And for those of you that don't know, oh man, doggone it, I do not like the way they did this. I just don't like it. Okay, we have Mr. Book and John Williams sitting in the chat room. They can't hear me. Hello, everybody, and welcome into a pop-up edition of Ken Style Live with the Zoom homies. Ken Style Live with Bill. I need to look at Zoom. Darren, Matthew Barnes. Hello, Bill. Hello, across the pond.
Hello. Hello.
Cool, we have confirmed audio. Let's take a quick look at chat. We have a whopping 3 people in chat, which is 3 more than I thought would be here, considering I normally don't stream at this time. Rick Lakes does, and yes, I'm filling in for our good buddy and friend Rick Lakes, who could not stream today or tomorrow, maybe Friday, I think he said. Mr. Book, otherwise known as Darren Gilholm, John Williams, and Alice are in the house. Hello, Darren. Hello, John. Hello, AJ, otherwise known as Alice. Good to see you. Nightbot is functioning, which means the weather should be functioning. And I got nothing. You think I don't have anything at night? I got absolutely nothing today. I spent 2.5 hours wrapping my grandkids' Christmas presents. Let me tell you, professionally done. Professionally. Not even close. I was sharing it with the homies, my camera without a background, and it was quite comical, I'm sure. Except if Matthew Barnes would have been 2 hours earlier, I probably could have been done in about 35 minutes, and it would have really looked a whole hell of a lot better than it does. Once he showed up, man, it's a piece of cake. Figured things out. Just like everything clicked into place. Time to jack up the prices ×2. Yeah, 99 cents. We'll double that to $1.98, and then I'll go from 10 to 5. Yeah. The day before Christmas. It's the 23rd. Tomorrow's 24th, which is the day before Christmas. I am totally ready. All my gifts are wrapped and ready to go. A little caveat got thrown into the wrench. They wanted to hold Christmas tonight and said I needed at least a day's notice because my niece lives with me, as you guys know. She's got the car. She's going to not get home till about 9:30 tonight because of the Christmas festivities that her company is having, which is fine with me. I'm good. And And then tomorrow we're doing Christmas at my son's house at around noonish time. So, and then Thursday I'll be right here doing what I'm doing right now, probably all day long, singing Christmas carols. If you'd like to hear me sing a Christmas carol, put a 1 in chat. No? Yeah. Yeah, John, if I were you, I would actually say this is what I really would like to get based off that. 3 to 600 per unit. Happy birthday to your mom in heaven. Happy birthday to your mom. Sorry to hear that she has passed. Call my mom tomorrow and wish her a Merry Christmas. I really don't have anything. I'm really hoping we can get chat going in on chat. These guys had no idea I was going live. I kind of surprised them, even though Bill made my background on the for the thumbnail. And that was pretty cool. I liked it. And I used the numbers that I created last night, and I've already got the numbers ready for tonight as well off of Night Cafe. There will be a live stream at 10 o'clock tonight. Ain't nothing going on TV tonight that I'm aware of. I think it's all either Christmas specials or repeats, one or the other. 109. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Well, depending on if you have your mental capabilities or whatever, I mean, that's fine. I mean, if you think about it, if you're able to walk, carry on conversations, and understand what's going on around you, then 109 is not bad. And we are getting bombarded with emotes, which at some point in time, YouTube will say, hey, Mr. Book, you are spamming, and it will actually cut you off. That's what they say. I do not know. Couldn't tell you. Looks like we started out with a hospital, a plane, a sailboat, and an anchor and a canoe. Okay. I know there are creators that people would be having conniption fits right now over this. I don't care. To me, it's interaction. I have talked to other creators that say, yes, it's interaction as long as it's not excessive. Well, define excessive. Seriously, what's considered excessive? Over 5, over 10, over 30? I don't know. Somebody tell me, is anybody watching? I have no idea how many people are watching right now, or how many likes I have or anything like that. I do, man, my nose is bothering me. I do like the way I have this set up. It works really well for me. I can pretty much keep up with chat, but I have no clue of what else is going on as far as the stream itself goes. It could be horrible for all I know. My audio actually appears per the mixer to be very, very, very loud. But I know a couple nights ago it was not very, very loud, and there was apparently some issues with it. We kind of fixed it on the fly, and that seemed to work last night. So I haven't messed with it. I haven't changed it. I'm going to leave it just as is. I thought about maybe doing some interaction with my AI, but there's a debate on whether that would be copyrighted or not. If you'd like to see me interact with my AI, put a 1 in chat. And that was my phone you heard ringing in the background. I forgot to turn it off when I went to do the stream. So I'll do that now. That was an email from Sunny who sent me another uh, preset text thing, and I'll check it out later. I'll download it and check it out later. I got like 3 things to check out that he's done for me. The text, I always like to use it because they're pretty cool. He's come up with some really cool text and texting effects. A lot of them are movement, which doesn't bode well for my thumbnails, but it does bode well if I want to run it as a trailer, run it as a background or something like that. 44 degrees in Madison, Wisconsin right now. Alexa, what is the outdoor temperature?
It's 59 degrees right now, with a high of 59 and a low of 31 for today. Perfect weather for a sweater and some hot cocoa.
Perfect weather to play golf if you had your car and your golf clubs. 59 currently in Indianapolis. Thank you, Alexa. Stop. Oh, wait, I'm live. I better be nice. Alexa, please stop. Now, I would like to know, I know the homies can hear that because we tested it before I went live. I would like to know if you're watching on YouTube, did you hear my AI? And if you did, how clear was it? Because I no longer monitor my own live streams. John's weather was the last thing, then three night bots, four night bots. I'm guessing my Nightbot is not functioning right because it's set up on intervals, and I don't charge you much if you want some snow delivered. No, no, no snow. No, keep the snow. Um, we had three snow events, and we had the 1 week of cold weather. That 1 week of cold weather just killed my electric bill, and I knew it was going to affect it. I just wasn't quite prepared for the effect that it had on my electric bill, and unfortunately, it's horrible. I'm guessing nobody heard the ALEXA over the YouTube or over YouTube, not the YouTube, which is terrible because I really want to one of these days do a live stream and just have some fun with it, just to see how frustrated I can get, how frustrated I can make it, because it's not that hard to frustrate and actually trip up the AI. Uh, And most of the time, if you just think of how it's like Bill and his creations. If you word it properly, you can get what you want. Um, the background he did today was really cool, and it took him, I think, what, 4 tries to get it. But he's part owner of Night Cafe, so there's no big deal. He just flips a switch and he's good to go. Now, Bill, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, didn't know. I'm sure Matthew can hear me.
Oh yeah, I hear.
See, I'm not sure about Darren though. Darren's muted. I don't know if he can hear me. Oh, is that a security camera I see? Wait, in Darren's background, is that a literally an outdoor security camera that I'm seeing in his background, or is it just me? He could be at work, I guess, when that was taken. And we've got rain predicted next week. We don't have any snow predicted for a while. Um, actually, we have rain predicted starting Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week as well. Uh, kind of ruins my semi somewhat want to really play golf plans that I have because I would really like to play golf at least one more time this year. Um, yeah, and I know it's going to be messy. I probably, if I play golf, I'm going to wear old jeans and an old shirt because it's going to be so muddy and so wet, and I literally just want to wear something that when I get home I can throw it away instead of washing it. Um, Now I could be completely fooled. I may get out there and the course not have the course I want to play has usually got water setting on it after a very mild rain shower. Um, so we'll see. John appears the only one in chat. Alice, if you're still here, could you put a comment in chat, please? I don't do tech stuff. I apologize. I really don't usually give advice unless asked, and even then I probably shouldn't. I'm old and set in my ways. Jaren, are you still watching the live stream? The Colts have nothing to gain. No, I thought I agree, John. I think the Colts really played good. I think their defense let them down last night, and I don't know why. Because defensively, the Colts all year long have been really, really good. I still disagree with the fact they brought Philip Rivers in. Um, Missy's channel is here. Hello, Missy. I hope that's her real name because if not, then I'm going to feel really silly calling her Missy. Her name's probably Barbara, and I'm calling her Missy. Um, just going off what I see on the. I'm like Will Ferrell in Anchorman. I read what's on the prompt. Good movie, by the way. The original Anchorman. I'm not so sure the sequel was all that good, but I did like the original one. Good to see you. How are things out in Oklahoma today? I think the refs had tunnel vision. Yeah, I there was a couple of calls that I had to scratch my head and say, "Oh my gosh, what? I mean, did the guy blink? Did he blink wrong? What's the deal?" And then while Sonny and Way, okay, good. While the commercial was on, apparently two of the San Francisco players literally ganged up and had a fight with one Colts player. No penalty, no flag, no nothing. And the coach and Rivers and half of the stands were like, "Can you guys not see this?" And they showed it, obviously over and over and over again, ratings. Um, I don't know. I don't think Philip Rivers should have come out of retirement. I don't think the Colts stood any chance to making it to the playoffs. And this is just me in my opinion. I think what they should have done is maybe the kid that came in the last quarter last night for the last 3 minutes of the game, he probably should have been starting in Seattle and last night and the next two games. And you take your lumps and you move on to next year. Hello, Tony. Tony Wallow is in chat. Good to see Tony. How are things out in California in your neck of the woods today? And it is noon there. This is good. And I don't ever see this becoming a regular thing for me. I don't mind filling in. I used to fill in for Doug a lot at 12 my time, 11 his time. And there's a logic behind that in that a lot of us are pretty much used to someone being on at specific times of the day. Doug through the week was 11 o'clock his time, or was it earlier? No, it was 11 o'clock his time, or whatever time it was. See, I'm so old and forgetful. And then Rick Lakes is 3 o'clock, 6 days a week. And then I watch a couple other people that are later in the afternoon that I do like to watch and support and do what I can. Overcast and expecting rain sometime this week. Yeah, we've got rain moving in Thursday and Friday. Got to go on the run. No problem. Thank you for being here, and I will catch you next time you're live. Be sure to hit the like button. You know how well we creators like that. You can hit the down button for all I care too. Still interaction. I think YouTube could care less if it's up or if it's down. It's just again my personal opinion. Maybe I should have titled the show "Ken's Personal Opinion." Enjoy your afternoon, Missy. Did enjoy the Christmas lights. That was really cool to see. I'm going to go look at some Christmas lights probably Friday night, maybe Saturday, with a classmate of mine. Um, I know I've got one area specifically I want to take her to because I know this farmer puts out a lot of Christmas lights, and I'm going to probably live stream it, I think. The only way I won't live stream it is if my classmate friend doesn't want to be heard over YouTube. I do not know. Pitt's Life is in the house. Now, I don't know her name either, but I do watch Pitt's Life. It's pretty much a nightly thing. I do support her. Very interesting channel. I may have to do some reaching out and see if she wouldn't mind being put on the Nightbot. Camille. Now that made me think of a TV show from the 1970s, and if anyone can guess it, I'll be impressed. Two women, Laverne, got to drop a lot of hints here, I see, and Shirley. Uh, John Williams says, "I'm glad to have met you, Sir Ken." No, actually, I have not gotten any emails from Laverne and Shirley. Yes, very good. I have not. I reached out. Oh gosh, it's been 6, 7 weeks ago, and nothing. And there for a while, we were exchanging emails pretty much on a daily basis. So I have no clue. There was some good shows back in the day. Uh, in fact, we just did trivia last night after the live stream was over. We got to doing trivia, and we did television trivia. It was one of the many that we did, and Happy Days was a couple of them, and it was the actors It was the name of the show based on the character's name, and I am buffering. I am buffering on my end. Let's see, do I have, oh, I have all kind of lost frames. Am I still connected to Zoom?
Got Zoom.
I am buffering like you would not believe. That's a sign. If I'm buffering on YouTube, I've got to be buffering on YouTube. If I'm buffering here and I see all the drop frames that I see there, there's no way this is going out. Although you know what, nobody in chat is saying anything about buffering. Camille says it looks fine to me. Tony says it looks fine to me. Interesting. So if you get buffering coming up, there's about a 7-second delay for me between OBS and the studio. Zoom, a first name, a last name, Google search. I could do an Alexa search. Ooh, didn't trigger it. It actually triggered a while ago. Bill said something, but he didn't say anything close to the ALEXA word, and it came on, and it was doing its thing. And I said, "Why are you on?" Oops, my bad. It AI, it's listening all the time. They can say it's the trigger word, but I'm telling you that thing listens all the time. Restream, but the audience doesn't see a problem. Okay, I've used Restream. I've used StreamYard. I've used Prism. I think I've used everything imaginable to mankind, and I settled in with OBS. Aflac. Yeah, there you go, Tony. Oh, that gives me an idea. I need to find a pin. I settled in with Zoom and I settled in with OBS. I like those pretty good. They just work for me. I wrote myself a note. Any ideas, any suggestions, anything? We've been at about 22 minutes, which is about 22 minutes longer than I thought we'd make it. But I do enjoy doing this. I don't have that much. I don't have a very interesting life. You're quite welcome. I have good moderators. I primarily give people the blue jacket so that they can connect to other people. They can go check out other people's channels, decide if they want to connect to them or not. The only thing I would say is if you do connect to somebody, stay connected to them. Don't connect to someone just to hear me say, "Oh, thanks for connecting to Ghetto," and then as soon as the stream's over, just unsubscribe from me, because that's not right. Especially a younger creator, and especially someone that's trying to get to monetization and trying to get to the 1,000 subscribers. They get their hopes up, it goes up 10, 15 or whatever. And then as soon as the show's over, within minutes, it goes right back down again. And that's just horrible. John, I'm the only one that can trigger that. And if that's a sign, if you're trying to tell me to end the show, and I can do that. And that's just somewhat factual. I've actually seen people, I'll be watching other streams, and I do watch other creators. I have primarily watched DaVinci Resolve so I can continue to learn DaVinci Resolve. And I follow a guy out of Canada, Rob the Maritimer. Every Tuesday he does the live streams. Very, very good. Very, very knowledgeable. He's monetized. He's very good at helping people. And I watch a few people from the Philippines, and I watch a few people from San Diego. I have pretty wide, broad channels that I watch. And a lot of them are channels to connect with people. A lot of them say, go connect with so-and-so, and whatever. And people do that. And then the host will say, oh, well, thank you, Camille, for connecting to whoever. And then Camille's like, oh, cool, get your name called out. And we all want to hear our name, whether we like to admit it or not. We want to be recognized. Yes. Yes, I enjoy watching your show. And I watch Pitt's Life every night. I watch 3 channels every night, overnight. I watch Pitt's Life, I watch Ellen, and I watch Jazz. I can't watch Ellen live because Ellen streams at the same time I stream. Rumor has it you shouldn't watch another live stream while you're live streaming because it will hurt your watch hours. I don't know. I haven't been doing this long enough to figure out if that's actual true or not. I do know since I've not been watching other live streams, to include my own, my watch hours have kind of grown, but they've also plateaued off. They did get way up there. I was really excited, but then they reality set in and they're right back down to where they are staying consistently at. You're quite welcome, Camille. I don't mind doing it at all. I think if we have the opportunity to help someone out, we should help someone out. And if that means while I'm asleep, my computer's running and it's pretending to watch a live stream, and that's going to upset some people. What do you mean you watch my live stream but you don't watch it? I'm being honest. I'm watching 2 live streams at the same time right now. Oh yeah, okay, so good point, John. That's a good point. When I watch live streams, I watch at least probably 6 at one time. I watch Bill and Sam. They're the top 2 people on my watch list. Every day they run their streams 12 hours a day, and as soon as they start, I start and I'm right there. And then I watch Ellen and Jazz Pitts Live, and then I'm helping a couple of people that need help with watch hours out. So I'll start 2, 3, and 4 videos of them. I have 3 channels that I can do this with. I have 2 computers, so it's not an issue for me whatsoever to start a lot of stuff and then go do my thing. I can go watch TV, I can go to sleep, I can do whatever I need to do. And that hello, Jeff Ryman joins us. I didn't see you, Jeff. Sorry about that. Hope I'm not too late in acknowledging you were here. But yeah, this is what I do. Now, I do watch some people, and I do watch them pretty intently. I was watching a DaVinci Resolve earlier today that I've got to go back and finish because the guy was doing some special effects in Fusion with backgrounds and backgrounds only, and I was impressed with the fact the guy took 3 different backgrounds and he created a whole new atmosphere, if you will. Just joining my phone while making lunch. What are we having? I've got to make lunch. What sounds good for lunch? Scott's here? Wait a minute. Hello, Scott at Jeff Ryan. Scott, wait, hold on. Hello, Scott. Hello, Scott is here? Hold on. Can't miss Scott. I am scrolling back through chat. Scott, if you are here and I did miss you, I do apologize. As good as I'm trying to get, and I have made leaps and bounds on chat, I still miss time to time. I don't see John or Scott. John. Ham sandwich. That sounds really good. A little bit of mustard, a little bit of cheese. Mess. Yeah, I figured out after I went through and went back through chat, and then I got back down, and it says hello at Scott exclamation, not Scott's full name. I realized you're just pulling my leg a little bit or having some fun. That's okay. That's okay. You know, revenge is best served cold. So, what can I say? No cheese. This thin sliced ham. Provolone. I recommend provolone. I'm a big provolone fan. It's either that or Colby Jack. But on a ham sandwich, it would be provolone. I wish Scott was here. I would really like to see Scott. Of course, I also realize it's 2:30 in the afternoon up in Wisconsin, and he's probably got things to do called life, and he's not here. I'd like to get Scott involved with Rick Lakes. I'm trying to help Rick get his audience built a little bit, as I know he is too. And the only advice I have for him is just keep doing it. You know, the more you put yourself out there, people will show up. People will. I do like provolone on a Subway sandwich. Yeah, when I first moved to Texas, right out of high school, there was a sub shop there called Schlotsky's, of all things. That was the name of the sub store, and they had the best subs. Of course, me being a kid from Indiana and not being around a lot of slubs, where's Rich? He can correct me. Subs. It was good, and that was when I got introduced to provolone cheese, and oh my gosh. He is on Carrie Holzman's live stream. Is Carrie doing a live stream right now? I will wait for a reply, either from chat or Zoom. Yes, okay. Slugs. That puts me in a little bit of a dilemma as to whether I want to continue to live stream. And for those of you that are here watching, and again, I have no idea how many it is. I won't know that until after I end. I appreciate it. I cannot compete with Doug Betts. I cannot compete with Kerry Holzman. I cannot compete with Brian Lightfoot and his stuff. But Brian never does anything live, so I don't have to worry about that. Not yet, anyway. I anticipate Brian will do at least one live stream at a given point in time. I really do think that's going to happen. Um, if I can do it, Brian can do it. Believe me. Um, I'm working on my grandson's PC. Yeah, I wrapped all the grandchildren's Christmas gifts earlier today, and then I was sitting here thinking. I was thinking about this last night. I did mention last night on Zoom I may cover for Rick this afternoon, and I don't. At that point in time, I did not know. And then this afternoon, I was sitting here and I'm kind of wrapping up. I'm thinking, oh, it's getting close to 3, which is 2 in Wisconsin. I might as well go ahead and do a live stream. I don't have anything planned. I don't have anything to demonstrate. Um, I've thought about going back and maybe doing some Da Vinci stuff one of these days, live, unrestricted and unrehearsed, and a lot of mistakes will be made. I just got to tweak my OBS a little bit so that it connects to my Da Vinci machine a little easier and stays connected. I don't know how well of an audience that will get. Jeff Ryman, is that the i7 9700 gaming system? I think it is, John, but I'm not 100% sure. Today's sponsor, Diet Dr. Pepper. No, Jeff says it's not. Okay. Wait a minute. Is it an AMD system? I know he was looking at 2 systems. I thought one of them was an AMD and one of them was an Intel. I thought. And that could be half the problem is I thought. AMD 3900. Okay. I was thinking correctly this time. Cool. So how many are in chat? If you're watching the live stream, how many do you see? When you scroll down a little bit, it'll say participants. I think, does it say participants? Is that what it says? Let me go look at this one I've got paused. Yeah, actually says X amount of people watching, not participants. Participants is in chat. If you go up there to the whatever it is and hit the arrow, Camille says she shows 6. Wow, that's impressive. Gary is live and I have 6 people watching me. That's pretty good. That is really good. That's good. I'm actually very pleased with that number. The numbers at night have been picking up. Our live streams at night have been going a little bit longer because we get interaction. Usually it's tech stuff, which is fine. What little bit of tech I know, I don't think you guys want to know because I know about. Scott is in the house. Hello, Scott. Little birdie said you miss me. Yes, Scott. I'm very elated and happy to have you join me on my filling in for Rick Lake's live stream, knowing that, as it was put in my chat, CH is currently live streaming. That is impressive, my friend. And by the way, I did send you back a email to your email you sent me. I don't know if you got it or not. And everything is just kind of sitting where I left it, if that makes sense. Of course, I know everyone's confused on what that is, but hey, you're watching me. When am I not confusing? There we go. Now we're rolling. All right. Hello, Jeff.
Hey,
Taking a break from building your grandson's PC?
well, I just went downstairs to get a sandwich.
Oh, okay. Did you bring enough for
Well,
everybody?
absolutely. All you got to do is show up at my door.
You know what? That would be a hell of a bit to do, wouldn't it? do a live stream from my phone or from my phone, from my, well, I can do it from my phone too, from my laptop, pretending to be in Indiana. Jeff comes on here and says, absolutely, if you show up at my door. And I'm at Jeff's door. Oh, what a bit. What a bit. Let's go look at chat real
Except
quick.
I moved.
Okay, cool. Scott did get my reply. Good. Yeah, exactly. Ken's moved.
Oh,
Ken's
well,
coming
no,
to visit. Gotta move.
yeah, I haven't opened it up yet. I've got, first thing is get out my uh, vacuum cleaner, and I have some tiny attachments made for cleaning electronic equipment on the sweeper.
I have the little gizmo that Tony Wallow sent me, and my gosh, I love that thing. It is so cool.
And I tried blowing it out with compressed air a little bit yesterday, but that didn't get all of it. So I'm going to do all of that, and then I'm going to reinstall Windows from scratch.
Yeah,
And
you
I
said
just
that
got
last night.
through. Well, the guy installed it for me, but I don't know what he did. And it doesn't take that long. And this is very similar to my AMD machine. So it's going to go pretty quick. I just got to hook up a monitor to it.
Scott says hi to Jeff
So,
in
and
chat.
then I just got done downloading the BIOS and all of the drivers and everything from ASUS website. So I'll make sure it's got all the latest stuff on that. And it's got two sets of LAN drivers. One's for Realtek and one is for Intel. And I don't know which this has on it without hooking it up and looking. So I will do all of that before I reinstall Windows. And I'm doing the Rufus thing. It's just simpler. I know Doug doesn't like that, but
I think a lot of people use Rufus. I had to step away and answer a quick text message.
I did not. I did not ask for the skipping the hardware checks because this machine has appropriate hardware.
Right.
But I make sure I don't do the disk encryption, and I do a local account and all of that crap.
Right.
And I'm going to make an administrative account, which I'll have the password to, and my daughter if she wants it. And then the kid is going to have a regular user account, so he can't muck around with drivers and all that sort of thing himself. So
now, I had a question, but now I can't remember what it is.
The answer was 7.
Well, that's what I wrote down. So, are we on a cycle? No, never mind. Don't answer that question.
Yeah, cycle is the right word.
Rhino, Vane. Good morning to the Philippines. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's like 3:49 a.m. or 4:49 a.m. See, I'm not sure if the Philippines is 12 hours ahead of us or 13 hours ahead of us now, because I always thought they were 12 hours ahead. Hello to my channel, whose name I don't know, but I call her Betty. That's her new name today, Betty. Her name changes every day, by the way, because I'm old and forgetful. And if I don't wear my name tag that says KSL on it, I'm up a creek. Good to see you. Thank you for joining here. Now I do know she's in Saudi Arabia, and I know she's about 8 hours ahead of us, so it's a little past 11, almost 12 there, if I do the math in my head correctly. Jeff is saying hi back to Scott. Thank you guys for being here. No problem, Camille. I understand about being there in the background because I watch a few live streams that I'm there and I'm aware of what's going on, but I'm doing stuff in the background. And oh my goodness, sometimes you get lost in chat, and I feel bad about that. And then there's other times when I don't do stuff in the background, when I'm intently watching it, when absolutely nothing's being said. So you can't win. It's a no-win situation. Thank you so much for the shout out to me. You're quite welcome. I try to do what's important to me when I watch other streams, and I think it's important if you take the time to say something on my chat, in my chat, on my live stream. The very least I can do is to try to pronounce your name and acknowledge that you're here. And you can ask these guys in the background; they will tell you myself, and damn, Jeff, don't agree with me so soon. What I tell you about the 5-second rule?
I I thought that was for when I dropped my sandwich on the floor.
I thought that was 7. I thought, didn't they change that
I don't know.
recently?
Well, here
7
it's not even
seconds?
5 seconds because there's a dog in the house. You better be
Yeah, and
able to find a
you're never
second.
going to win that battle. You will. That hits the floor, the dog is going to be there within. I mean, you can't snap your fingers that fast.
Okay, one time I was doing lunch and doing laundry, and I had a sausage with mustard and all the stuff on it wrapped up in a slice of bread. And I lay it on top of the counter in the laundry room and go grab some laundry, and I come back and the sausage is gone. Bread,
Yeah,
mustard, and all.
yeah,
And
yeah,
the dog's nowhere to be seen.
yeah. I'm doing my Christmas cooking and trying to deal with the grandbabies. I deal with grandbabies tomorrow, and I am so looking forward to that. I wrapped
Yeah,
their
I
gifts
haven't wrapped
today.
anything yet, and I've got a bunch of crap to wrap
Yeah.
too.
So I have a question for. I feel bad because RINO, Rhino. Would that be, am I pronouncing that correct or not? And I do have a question for,
Rhino vein announce that's
yeah,
another
the rhino
language
vein I
probably.
can get. It's the
That's
Anocincion,
either
and
Spanish or Portuguese. I don't know which,
I
or
think he's
Italian maybe.
Filipino, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, that could be
Um,
related to
oh
Spanish.
my,
There's a lot of
oh
Spanish
Camille,
influence.
thank you. I have a $2 super chat from Camille. Thank you so much. You have no idea how.
And that'll be worth at least
We'll take
how much
70.
after YouTube grabs their thing?
I think I get $1.40 of it if I'm doing the math in my
Right.
head correctly. And I mean, we know I got to have a
Well, at
calculator to
least
do.
YouTube hasn't flipped that around yet.
Well, they say it's 30%, but the mathematics sometimes doesn't come out to 30%. I always use $10 as a good example. 70% of 10 is $7, right?
And it'll be $6.80 or something.
$6.59 was the last one I had on our $10
Yeah.
super chat.
What I'm thinking is they knock off a fee and then take 30%.
Yeah. Yes.
Or something.
She
I
says,
don't
get
know.
enough, it'll add up. I agree. I 100% agree. And quite honestly and frankly, I'm not in this for the money. I'm in this because I enjoy nightly, and now apparently sometimes through the day, getting together and talking with the guys on the Zoom homies as we call ourselves. And we've been doing this for a long time. Very long
I
time.
guess I do have one question for you. You mentioned
Wait,
Creek earlier.
we're closed for questions. That's tonight's live stream. Write it down. Yeah, go ahead.
Is that the proverbial shoot creek?
Yes, let's go with that.
Trying to keep it family friendly in the daytime.
Yeah, I think New Year's Eve we're going to do the most unfriendly, family friendly thing I can do, and I don't know if I mentioned it last night or not, but I am leaning toward doing 12 hours again on New Year's Eve.
Oh,
I don't know for sure.
I'm,
That's why I'm not
I'm
planning it.
expecting to be playing poker that night. I might have to come in late after I get home.
Oh, that's a cool. John says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't fix it if it ain't broke. Yeah, it's very true. Very, very true.
Well, the question is it broke?
Depends on your perspective, I guess.
Well, the first one was a tiny bit broke in the sense that the last little bit of it got cut off by YouTube. Right?
YouTube.
A couple of minutes of it didn't get recorded or whatever.
Yeah, well, they cut it
Which
off
one?
at, I think it's 11 hours 59 minutes in a couple few seconds. They stopped recording it, so
Yeah.
you can go on for. I've seen live streams that are running for days, and as long as they're live, they're still accessible. As soon as they stop it, it's no longer going to be accessible unless it's accessible up to the 12 hours. Paulzilla is a good example. He used to run them all the time, and then he got run into some problems, so he's now just doing uploads because of his internet problems. I think Sam and Bill both ran into the problem of they would go a little over 12 hours and then it would be gone. So I don't know. I know I've done some long live streams, 8, 9, 10, 12 hours, and I try to keep it under 12. The problem with the New Year's Eve thing is this. I want to start early, 9 or 10, and I want to, if I'm going 12 hours, that would be 12 hours to the next day. Well, at midnight, we got to celebrate the new year coming in. So last year, I think we stopped it a little after midnight and restarted it. There's no clear answer to this. Camille says, and I saw it somewhere up here. I saw her say, where did I see that at? 11 hours, 54 minutes. I run them all the time, the whole time, most of the time. Yeah. Oh, it's okay, sir. I appreciate trying to say my last name. Are you from the Philippines? Be another question I have. And I'm a very inquisitive person. I will ask you some of the silliest questions you have ever heard in your life. Don't want to mention fixing unbroken things on. Gosh, I wonder. And I don't want anyone that watches Mr. Holzman to misunderstand. I have watched Carrie many, 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 many times in the past. I learned how to build my 2 computers from watching Carrie Holzman. I'm pretty sure when I built my first computer, I was watching Carrie Holzman at the same time I was building my computer. And my second one, I'm pretty sure I did with the help of the Zoom homies using my first one. And I know I rebuilt Ghetto's computer with the help of the homies on a live stream because that got me a lot of views. You would think I'd be smart enough to know to go into tech, but I'm also smart enough to know I don't know that much about tech to go into tech. You are from the Philippines. Cool. What part of the Philippines are you from? This is the bad part about when your host on a live stream is talking to a chat because, got to type it all out and everything. Um, I do have a follow-up question. If you don't mind where you're from in the Philippines, the island, the plane. Yeah, John. Geez, the island. I wonder. The Philippines are nothing but a bunch of islands. I mean, I personally have never been there, but I hear that the Philippines are a bunch of islands. And I know Ellen is from Mindanao, and apparently that's one beautiful island. That would be Ellen PH Vlog, which I know she's in Nightbot, or she's on Nightbot. So, well, we know he's from the Philippines. Maybe we'll get an answer here in a minute. I was going to ask Camille where she was from. I really ought to be able to figure out, maybe by some of the videos I've seen, where she's from. And she may have even said it. But if you stick around here long enough, you'll get to understand and know me. I have 2 things at 66 years of age that concern me. One is my attention span. Well, 3 things now that I think about it. My memory. I don't remember anything or anything. Atlanta, okay. The Isle Island. John, stop. You're going to confuse me. I'm going to forget what I was talking about, doggone it. Um, and paying attention to detail. I am horrible about paying attention to detail. Greg is napping. Greg actually sent us a message, I want to say 2, maybe 3 hours ago, and he did say he was going to take a nap. Or he was going to Walmart, one or both. But yeah. Robert was here. Robert Michael was here, but he had to go do his last minute Christmas shopping. I requested my 16 terabyte be here by noon tomorrow, and I seriously doubt that that's going to be here. That's kind of a joke between the homies and that the guys that you're looking at, Bill, Darren, Matthew, and Jeff, who's AOL at the time, or MIA. Is it AOL? Well, it could be AOL. It could be MIA. Is it not the same thing? If you're absence without leave, aren't you missing in action? Asking for a friend. Go look at chat. Iowa, losing my marbles. Yeah, Scott, you're too young to lose your marbles. I mean, honestly, I'm too young to be losing my marbles, but I do know it's probably hereditary. But there's hope because my mom's actually getting better. The older my mom gets, it seems like most of her memories are coming back to her, which is good um, on one hand and bad on the other. Uh, Betty, thank you. Oh, that's right. I forgot. She did become a member the other night. I did acknowledge that she had become a member the other night, and that was very appreciative. Island Garden City of Samal. I'm going to go with Samal. And again, I apologize. Me and different languages in different countries, it's horrible. They need to improve it. Let's put it that way. Ireland Garden City of Samal. Cool. Now, a follow-up question, if I may ask. Are you a new channel, or is this a secondary channel, or maybe a replacement channel on a channel you used to have? Guy's never coming back, by the way. After he's going, good God, I joined that guy, and that's all I get. Tony, that's currently not working. We are in the process of revamping that. When I say we, there's not a mouse in my pocket, but myself and Sam and the homies are in the process of trying to get that up and running properly. Your mom is remembering how bad you were a long time ago. Actually, my mom said the other day that she's quite proud of how the three of us kids, that would be myself, my brother, and my sister, turned out. She said we did a good job growing up. Well, I was like, well, because we had a good mom and dad. We had the straight and narrow. We were, there's a line, toe the line, do what you're told, and go on. I pretty much did what I was told to do. We were fortunate. My parents, once I turned 16 and I got a car, they said you can go do anything you want as long as it's legal and safe. But here's the deal: you will be home by this time. If you're not going to be home by this time, you will call us. And back then, think about this: in the 70s, we didn't have these wonderful things right here called a cell phone. We had to go to a payphone or someone's house. Anyway, and I was never late, ever, ever,
Oh,
ever,
you
ever,
were
ever.
better than me. One summer, I ended up out all night one time without notification.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, now,
There were
uh,
consequences, let me put it that
oh,
way.
I can 50 questions. Yes, Scott, go ahead, fire away. Let's do 50 questions from the chat. Let's do 50 questions. Yeah. Now, did I go in the house at 10 o'clock? I did not. I would sit in my driveway with my girlfriend in her car. She was older until the wee hours of the morning when either
You
my
were there.
mom, I was home, I was on the property.
And they could look out the window and see that you were there.
Yes, they could.
Or see the car at least and know it was your
Yes,
girlfriend's car
yes.
and all of that.
Aider watching. Thank you, Camille. Dime for a payphone. Yeah, either that or you called collect, and you never want to call your parents collect, ever, ever.
Yeah, the problem I had is that it was hard to call at night till we had an operator phone system, and the operator went off duty about 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening.
Party line.
They, yeah, they would get up and answer the switchboard, but it better be an emergency.
Right, right. Yeah, I remember party lines. They were very interesting.
Well,
One
you'd be
incident,
talking to somebody, you'd hear a click, you
click,
know.
yeah. Or
So
either that or
somebody either picked up the phone. Now, sometimes it happens that you were on and somebody wanted to make a call and they lifted it up and heard you talking and they would hang up.
hang it right back up, yeah.
So if you heard a click that somebody was getting on and you didn't hear a click to hang up, you knew they were listening in.
Yeah. John, I was always asked what the movie was about. My girlfriend and I were in the big back seat of my car. At the drive-in movie, no doubt, yeah.
Hey, front
I can
seat
neither
works
confirm
too.
nor deny. Do what, Jeff?
Front seat works too, just saying.
Unless it's bucket seats. Now, bucket seats are a
Yeah,
little
well,
tricky.
we had bench seats mostly in those days.
Yeah, I
And
had bucket seats in my Camaro.
the car one of my friends had in high school, everybody envied in one sense. It was a little Nash Rambler, and they were not considered a great car. But the front seats folded clear flat.
What what was the make of car that had the push button transmission? Do you remember that?
It was a Chrysler product of some sort.
Was it a Chrysler? Okay.
Yeah, you didn't want to leave the engine running and be making out in the front seat and accidentally push the button.
No. That could be pretty disastrous. A friend of mine had one. That's why I was asking. I
Yeah, I
remember
don't
the first.
remember which models, but it was a Chrysler product. I
Yeah, I
remember
don't
that.
either.
Well, there may
For
have been
some,
another brand as well, but some Chrysler products had those.
yeah, for some reason I was thinking Dodge, but isn't Dodge a derivative of Chrysler or not?
Yeah, it was Chrysler. Well, the last DeSotos, which were also owned by Chrysler in the 50s, had a couple of models with those, the push buttons. DeSoto went out of business because they were too similar to Chrysler's other lines at that point.
Yeah, my oldest car I've ever owned, and I owned it, and I bought it because my dad wanted it, was a 1946 Chevy. I don't know if you
Mm.
remember how big of a boat that was or not. That was a monstrosity of a large car. Um,
Well, and I mean, it went up, and then the cars in
yeah,
those days went
yeah.
back like that. No fins or no streamlining much or whatever until
The
it got.
wiring in that car was probably bigger around than this ink pen is. I mean, it was tremendously large wiring on it. And I bought it. It was
Yeah.
drivable. It ran. It just wasn't in the best of shape. And I worked
Well,
on it and got it better.
cars were put together well. A friend of mine had an old early 1950s something Oldsmobile. I was out on his farm one weekend and he wanted to take the body off of that. So we got down and we're taking all the bolts out of the frame and all of this. And he had a tractor with a lift thing on the front. And he was ready to
Oh,
jump
ho,
in
ho.
and try to lift up the body. We thought we had him all. He's lifting, and the whole car is lifting up. We finally found it. One bolt was on there tight enough that lifting the body lifted the whole damn car with just
Wow.
one bolt holding it. I mean, they were made solid as hell.
John had a 1967 Ford Galaxy. I remember those. Cars weighed 3 or 4 times. Cars weighed 3 or 4 times cars today. Oh, they were heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And
were.
then
They
when
were
we
heavy.
finally got the last bolt off, we got it off. And then we set a big tuba 12 on the frame and tied it down with baling wire. We're driving it around, sitting on the board. During we drove through town, and the mayor of the town came out and told us to get the hell home, or he was going to call the cops.
Yeah, can imagine. Yeah, my first car was a 68 Camaro. My second car was a 67 Buick Skylark. Man, I wish I had both of those cars back. My third car, believe it or not, was a 1974. No, it was a 1946 Chevy. My fourth car was a 70 Chevelle. My fifth car was a 1974 Volkswagen Beetle.
Hmm.
Now you can imagine, I'm 6'4" tall, where I was back then. You can imagine me trying to get in and out and driving this little bitty car down the road while we're doing it.
Yeah, my first car was a 59 Ford Fairlane. 3 on the tree with overdrive, if you can believe it.
3 on the tree. Oh man, I remember that.
And it had one feature I bet you will probably not guess.
AM radio. Can I get a hint? Can I phone a friend?
Think safety.
It actually had seatbelts.
Not shoulder belts, it had lap belts.
No, the waist belt, the waistband belts. Yeah.
And
So,
they weren't standard, but where they fastened in the floor behind the seat, it was not an add-on. The vehicle was designed with holes for the bolts to hold
Hmm.
the lap
Okay.
belts, but they were not standard. You had to buy them and add them on.
So Scott's asking John if he misses the Mustang yet. I'm scrolling back through chat to see if John mentioned a Mustang. I know he mentioned a 67 Ford Galaxy, but I didn't see a Mustang. I like
I think
Mustangs
Scott
and
misunderstood. That was a different kind of tang.
yeah, it was.
And that's
Family
as
friendly.
and that's as unfriendly as I'll get at the
Yeah,
moment.
exactly, exactly. Um,
Well, I'm
yeah, it
getting
was
ready to do these things.
zip ties.
Yeah, it's got a bunch
Oh,
of wire ties for the cable management in this thing.
yeah. I cable managed both of mine relatively
Actually, the
okay.
way it looks when you take the side panels off, the cable management's pretty good. It's that they used twist ties, not the kind you get in the grocery store, but the black ones that have the plastic around them, stuff
Yeah,
like you see when you buy a phone or whatever,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. John
But
says his dad had a 1962 Cadillac slash tank known as a boat and a 1968 Skylark plowed into the caddy. No damage to the caddy, but the Buick had to be towed away. The biggest car my parents owned when I was growing up was a 1973 Plymouth Fury 3. You could live in that thing.
yeah,
That thing was
two,
huge.
two of my uncles on my mom's side had cars I would like to have had. And my uncle's two boys inherited the cars, of course, and that's fine.
Right, right.
But one of them was an old 442 that the younger son sold. And I wish I had known he was selling it. And my uncle, who
So,
was a mechanic, had converted it and had a switch under the dash. It could run on gasoline or propane.
I'm trying to remember the saying for the 442. I think it was four tires, four barrel carb, but I can't remember the two.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it was
Oh, they were sharp.
nice
John
car.
says he
But the
did
other
not
one,
miss the Mustang. Okay, I would miss it.
my cousin, who lives in Santa Paula, California, still has this car, and it's been sitting in his front yard under a tarp, rusting since his father died.
In
Uh,
California, it's rusting.
Well, or doing whatever cars do,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but it was a 1956 Cadillac, fire engine red. And his father was also a mechanic and kept all these cars nice. And if
86
he
Mustangs were
stayed,
okay.
and he still won't let go of it. If it wasn't rusted out or whatever, if he would let go of it, I would bring it to Vegas and have the guy on from Counting Cars restore it for me.
Yeah, Tony's thinking the Oldsmobile was, it says two stew, but he probably means two speed, two barrel carburetor on the Oldsmobile. Maybe it was four speed, two barrel carburetor. There was a saying we used to say 442, and those were
Yeah, I don't
nice
know the
cars.
saying, but this was nice. So, and if my cousin had told me he was going to sell it, I would have bought it from him because I
Yeah,
was actually working there and had some money.
yeah. Camille's husband
Unlike
still has
now,
an 86 Mustang. 86 is okay. If I were going to get a Mustang, I would probably go back to the 60s. Although some of the newer ones nowadays are really, really nice looking muscle cars, but
let me
I'm
ask you on muscle car, if you could have a Corvette, what year would you want?
72. Is
I'd want a 64.
that the year they came out?
Stingray. No, they came out in 1953, actually.
Really? They're that old?
But the
Yeah, I
64 was the first time, or that was within a year or so, the first time they called them Stingrays. And one of the most desirable ones from a collector's viewpoint, not from a driving viewpoint, is the one where the back window is split.
Yeah. John says his sister had a 1957 Chevy Bel Air Midnight Blue. Yeah. Now a 55, a 56, a 57 Chevy. I probably refinance this house to get one of those,
Well, the
running or not.
57 was the one everybody wanted. The 55s I like too, not so much the 56.
Yeah. The 57 is the one that had the fins that came up, right? Yeah.
Right. My dad had a 55 and he traded it for a 1958 when he
Now I
traded.
can't speak from experience on this, but I have heard through the great rumor vine mill, whatever you want to call it, that the 57 Chevy had a bed in the back seat. I mean, the back seat was as big as a bed. I don't have personal experience of that.
I don't know what the size was. I just know they're very collectible.
Scott likes the old 50 pickup truck. Yeah, I think anything 50s and 60s, I would really, I'd love to have my 68 Camaro back. Now, if I could ever get a hold of a 67 Camaro, yeah, I'll,
Well, if I could pick my car other than that Cadillac of my uncle's, I would want a 64 Pontiac GTO.
not a
What
bad
a,
car. Gas, tires, and oil.
yeah, well, and fall of 64 was the start of my senior year in high school.
Oh, okay.
And the local newspaper hired a kid fresh out of college as the sports reporter, not only sports, but that was his main thing. And he was
Right.
fresh out of school and had a job. He bought a brand new 64 GTO.
Mm-mm-mm.
All of the boys in the high school were just drooling over that car, including me.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. Now, it's ironic we're talking about cars because if I can do this, I have on my King of the Streets racing t-shirt, which we all know I bought that at Walmart because it was on sale. That's why I buy my
I was
t-shirts.
going to say,
Timmy's in the house.
you
Hello,
get
Tim.
that when you were on the simulator at the
Oh, man. I need to get back and do that. That is so much fun.
now
I
you
tell
did
you
that
what.
at the Speedway, right? 1 year
Not at the
or the
Speedway,
fair?
it's at the State Fair. Yeah.
Fair,
I've
okay.
gone to the fair twice for that. Well, the fair is a
So
twofold.
you
One
went
was,
to the simulator more than once?
yes, I've done three. I've done three.
Ah,
Um,
you didn't tell us about all of them, did you?
I probably did.
I'm old, I don't remember.
No, the third one that I've done is actually at Micro Center that they opened up, and
Same guy.
no, this was done by an Indy 500 driver whose name escapes me right now, but it'll come to me in a minute.
Okay, I
And it
thought
was
maybe the same guy, since he goes
no,
all around with that stuff, maybe did the Micro Center too.
no. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate the luck. No, it'll come if it doesn't come to me now, it will
No,
come to me by tonight. But in conjunction with Micro Center, it was I hope it's still there. I need to run up there and see because it was strictly Indy. The one at the State Fair, you could do you name the circuit, he had it. I
okay.
did stock car and I did Indy
Yeah, I've
car.
never seen one of those. I would like to go and try one of those. Of
It's a lot of
course,
fun.
here we can actually go and pay a shitload of money, pardon my
Right,
French,
right,
and drive a real one.
right.
But I'm not going to spend that kind of money. I would spend the money to go sit on a simulator if one came, you know.
Yeah, if, depending on what it costs, and I actually have a card here for
I
the
mean,
next
how
time
much
I
was it
go,
at the state fair?
like $8, $9, something like that.
Well, hell, I mean, that's nothing.
It's sure,
I lose more than that at poker night
yeah.
regularly.
My friend had a '67 Camaro. Oh, my friend has, as in currently has, the '67 Camaro. He and his brothers were young. They were going to rebuild it. One of
Yeah,
the brothers passed. It's still in pieces, original engine.
yeah. My
Oh
neighbor
man,
across,
Scott, that's oh my
yeah, my
goodness.
neighbor, catty corner across the street. Think he must work as a mechanic, but out of his garage here in the neighborhood, he also works on old cars. He's had a 63 Chevy over there. No, yeah, 63. He's had a 68 and some others. And he's Hispanic. Nothing wrong with that. But the culture there, he builds some of the ones where they raise up off the ground and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff.
I
And his
can't.
truck, he just put new wheels on his truck and raised it up. I mean,
Yeah, I've seen videos on that, and I
the
mean it's
step, I saw him when he got home last night. It's way up in the air. He opens the door and the thing drops down on the side about halfway to the ground so you can step on that and then out on the ground.
oh wow.
I mean,
Yeah, my
real
neighbor
nice
had a
guy.
Camaro for sale. He wanted $2,000
Nice
for
guy.
it.
He's been friendly to me since I saved his truck one night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fireworks on the 4th, 4 years ago. And he and a bunch of the others, I don't care for it, but they're my neighbors and I'm not going to raise hell about it. So after everything's done, I decide I'm going to go out with the dog or whatever a minute. And I step out and I look out through the front window and there's smoke coming from the back of his pickup. And he had gathered up a bunch of the used fireworks and stuck them in a cardboard box and set them up in his truck in the bed. It's got a liner in it and caught the bed liner on fire because one of them wasn't out.
Right.
And he's got a gate in front of his house, not all the way around the yard. It's just one of those that you stick up like where you have an entryway, and it's
Yep.
locked, and you can't reach a bell from there. So I went over and I started pounding on the side window,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he finally came to the window, and I think he was going to be pissed, but I looked out and I said, "Your truck's on fire,"
Yeah.
and I think he probably had to replace the bed liner, but the truck didn't
Better
go
than
all the
replacing
way
the
up.
truck. Scott's asking a question in chat. Have you ever seen a 63 split window Corvette? I have not seen one in person. I have seen pictures of it, but I've never seen one in
I couldn't
person.
remember what the year was. A friend of mine test drove a 64. I think was the split window only in 63. I know they're rare.
Sam is in chat. Hello, Sam. OneFish26 says hi to everyone. He says hi, all. Sam, thank you
But
for
the
being
reason
here.
I like the 64, my friend got to test drive it. He was from a wealthy family and went to the Chevy dealer in Council Grove, Kansas, where I went to high school. And they let him take the Corvette out for the test drive. I mean, he didn't get up to really high speeds, but he
Well, I
tried it out
would.
on the highway.
Yeah, you give me a sports
And
car.
he said he was up at like 65 miles an hour in third gear on a 4-speed, kicked it into fourth and thing all the way to the floor and it burned rubber.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it a bit.
I mean, they were fiberglass car, light car for the time and a hell of an engine for those days.
Yeah, one of my things I would like to do before I get to where I can't drive anymore is I'd really like to rent a Corvette and go on a little road trip somewhere. I know it's going to cost me an arm and a leg, and right now that's not in the cards, but I really would like to do that. And I'm not talking just a down the street, around town. I'm talking about a road trip.
Yeah,
Would
well,
really
it's
like
not
to
a
do
road
that.
trip, you know, and I'm old and can't remember what the name is. We got that place here where you can go out and drive a sports car around a track and all that.
Yeah.
And I think a Corvette is one of the choices you have.
Yeah. That's pretty pricey though, isn't it?
Yes, I think you're
Yeah.
spending $500-600 anyway. I don't know.
It's only money. Can't take it with you. I mean, you
Oh,
know.
I'm taking it with me. I'm going to have everything I own converted into $100 bills and swallow them.
There's a joke there, but I'll keep it to myself. 209. Is that a cubic engine size? A 209 for some reason? I'm not sure why I'm thinking why Scott's saying 209, but
Okay, it's called Exotic Racing.
I think you had another one out there, but it may have closed due to the fatalities that they had, or maybe that one's the one that had the fatalities.
Drive a Corvette. Let me see. Select the date. Oh, tomorrow. All right.
Alice is still in the house. Good to see you still here, Alice. Maybe Alice is bouncing back and forth.
All right.
Are I doing a New Year's Eve show this year?
All right. Here's what a Corvette costs. Got your selection of a Corvette C8 Stingray, or a Corvette C8 Z06. The Stingray is $299 for 5 laps. For 5 laps in the Z06, it's $399. That's pretty pricey for just a few laps, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But I mean, it is what it is.
Sure.
And this
So
is,
Alice would like to know if I'm doing, she says, are you doing a New Year's Eve show this year? Well, that's an interesting question, Alice, and thank you. There will be a show done on New Year's Eve, yes. Whether or not it will be 12 hours or not is still up in the air and not decided yet if it will be 12 hours or not. I don't know, and I do appreciate the question. John says, don't forget a bottle of ketchup. Scott says 10694 split window, 10,694 split window Corvettes were made. Okay, cool.
and they're not that great to drive looking in the mirror because you got the post down the middle.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird. Now, there was a
But they're
Corvette
very
that came out
collectible.
that you could take the top off too. Do you remember those? I don't remember the year or
Yeah,
what they were
well,
called.
One year you had a choice of a soft top or a hard top convertible.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Oh,
Well,
Alice, you're quite welcome. And Alice, I've always wondered, and again, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but what part of the world are you living in? And I do know you travel a lot, but I've always been curious as to where do you
her answer
reside?
will probably be the real world. Unlike
It'll be
you.
none your business, you know. Never coming back. No, that's what fascinates me. I mean, 4 years ago, almost 5 years now, my buddy in Vegas, Ron, who you've met, calls me up and wants to know, do I know how to do video editing and live streaming? And what I learn and teach him. I learned, well, maybe, that's debatable. He's never done it. And here I am still to this day doing both, or at least trying to do both. I was going to tell you the experience in the simulator. So the first car I drove was a stock car. None of your business. It was a stock car.
I love it.
And it was cool. It was like driving your regular car. I mean, you manhandled the wheel to get around on the track. And I did an oval. I wasn't going to do the road course, although I would like to do a road course now. So I did that a couple times. And then I jumped over to an Indy car. And let me tell you, the Indy car was so sensitive on the wheel. You literally would move it like a quarter of an inch and that car would turn. I mean, sharply turn. Whereas in the stock car, quarter of an inch, you're not even warming the tires up yet. I laughed so hard because the first accident I had in the Indy car was I just step out of that one into this one. So I'm thinking, you're really going to be doing this. You're doing, to make a turn on the Indy car, you're literally going like this. No, I mean, you're barely turning it. My first turn, here we go. And that car, it spun and I laughed so hard. You feel it, but you don't feel it, It's set up to where it jars you a little bit, but it was fantastic. It was fun. John Williams had a 56 T-Bird and a hard top. Nice. Over yonder. Yeah, there you go. Alice lives over yonder.
Yeah, is it okay if I share my screen a second?
Yeah, by all means.
Here's another one. I'd like to have something similar. Never happened. Do you see this one? 56.
I see it.
DeSoto.
I'm waiting to see if it goes over. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Don't leave that right there a minute. Oh, I'm not live. Yes, I do see it.
That one sold. Guess what the price was?
56 DeSoto. I have no idea. We'll say $75,200.
You're not too far off. This particular one, Fire Dome, anyway, it was $110,000.
Don't unshare. Leave your screen right there for just a moment, please. I want to see. There we go. Still keep it there. This is new for me. I'm trying something out here. with this because I've
There
always
are
wondered.
others at this website, some of them as low as like 12,000 that need work. But this was the priciest one I saw on their website.
This is an adjustment I need to make. This is
And
300%, I think. And this is
I-
150%.
I'm not a convertible fan, but I just popped this up since it was the most expensive one I saw
Yeah.
off the top of my head.
Yeah, no, I couldn't afford it, but nice looking car. Thank you. Appreciate you sharing your screen. What's the one in the background, the orange one?
Yeah, let me go back. There's some others here. This one was 12,000. Fireflight. A lot of them run between 30,000 and 80,000, depending on condition, and they're rare.
See, that's really hard to see over on the YouTube.
Yeah,
Kind of blurry, but if I blow it up,
yeah, and this one's for sale for 60,000, and it looks in decent condition.
that
This is
does
more
look in pretty good shape, actually.
But I mean, I don't want it just to sit around. I'd like to have one to actually drive around.
Yeah, you're in the right city,
You know?
weather-wise, anyway. You buy something like
Oh, I
that
know.
back here.
Yeah, I know. If I had something like this, say if I moved back to Kansas or whatever, you got to take care of them in the winter because they weren't using zinc treated steel in those days.
Right, right.
And a lot of these things would rust out. Well, I bought a 1979 Datsun 210 hatchback, brand new, and it rusted all to hell, you know. So it's only been, did you kill me?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, that's fine. I was getting ready to.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on. I need to make Zoom look better on the live stream, and I just really don't know how to do it because I tried it the other night, and that got met with a little bit of
But at
resistance.
DeSoto, depending, I could probably afford one of the less expensive ones and then fix it up a little bit.
Right.
But I mean, the one I really want with the 64 GTO, I have to win the lottery to buy one of those in good shape.
Oh, would I like to win the lottery? I'm going to go ahead and end this. We are actually at 1 hour and 22 minutes, which is fantastic. This is really, really, really good.
Yeah, I haven't caught your midday ones very often recently, and I was doing.
I haven't done a midday stream now, probably, I don't know, 4 months maybe. It's just I want to sometimes, but
So was this a Rick substitution sort of today?
this exactly was I think the title is
Is live from Indiana covering for Minnesota. Oh,
there you
okay.
go. That's close enough for me. But
right.
yeah, I'm filling in for Rick. So before I run the outro, hopefully there's a few people here that will see the outro and get to see your name go by on a scroll. I do want to thank everyone for being here. Camille, thank you so much for participating and watching my show this afternoon. Rhino, Reno, the guy from the Philippines. And again, I'm horrible with names. I'm getting better. Please watch the outro.
They
what?
must have a little Spanish heritage, and they had influence in the.
Oh, hell yeah, they had influence from the Spanish. Here we go.
I mean, what, late 1800s?
Silk and satin, feel the night. Ooh, yeah. Glitter falling, golden light. Shine, shine. Every step, a whispered tea. Moving slow like honey bees. Shimmy, shimmy, watch me glow. Take it high and bring it low. Down, down. Velvet shine, I steal the show. Feel the rhythm, let it flow.
That's all, folks.
I know she is. That'll do it. We are back.
Charlie Brown, is that on at night too now?
Yeah, that one's been running for a while. I need to change it up. I mean, I wanted to do a Christmas theme every night differently. I'm lazy. The idea was there, the effort to do it was not there, and that's typical. So I do want to thank everyone for being here, and I also want to say, if you'd like to join us on the Zoom panel, there's an email up there, kstout z00m@gmail.com. Shoot me an email. Let me know you'd like the credentials. I'll give you the credentials, and you can click on the link that I give you. It'll bring you right into the Zoom panel. You don't even have to have a camera. As you can see, I've got, out of the 5 people that are here, 2 of us are brave enough to show our lovely mugs, and one of us doesn't have a lovely mug.
See, Darren is behind his avatar.
Well, yeah, but that don't count. I mean, never mind. I'm not going to do that. But I will see everyone tonight at 10 o'clock for my normal nightly live stream. I'd love to see you there. If I don't, I understand. And again, thank you. Tony, thank you so much. Camille, thank you so much. The guy from the Philippines whose name I'm going to butcher, I'm going to change his name to, I can't call him Bill because we have a Bill. Can't call him John. We have John. Can't call him Scott. We have Scott. Can't call him Jeff. I think it's Rhino, I think is how it's pronounced. And I've got to learn how to do that. I also want to thank my friend from Saudi Arabia, Betty. Not her real name. Can't use her real name. It's a secret. However, for a $35 donation, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for being here.
If that email doesn't work, I can give you another one.
Yeah. Noneyourbusiness.com. That was good. I like that from Sam.
Z0OM.
Is Alice still here? Weird. Alice doesn't live here anymore, John.